What's going on, everybody? It is Coach Greg Adams back in here with another YouTube live stream. Shout out to the Coach Gang.
And that's you.
For being in here, being involved, and being active on this YouTube channel. Well, welcome back to Tuesday night. Gordita.
New.
All right, we're going to Tuesday night tie-ins where we bring them Taco Tuesdays for a great show. You in here with the Bruce Wayne of this ish, the King of Kings, the King of Content, and the Speaker of Truth, yours truly, the Notorious One.
New world
AKA Mr. Coachellini, better known as the prognosticator, Coach Stradamus. And you're in the Desert Storm bunker with none other than EWF. That is every woman's fantasy. But call me CGA, see God Allah, and I'll be the 12-time demonetized champion of YouTube. Welcome to the evening show. We got a great show for you today. Today's topic, according to women, men are the most loyal. Men are the most loyal, and men are the true romantics. It sounds familiar as, I guess great minds think alike. It is that men are the men that actually, men are the ones, well, let me just get it right. Men are the ones who love more sincerely than women. Oh, man, we got to have a great show for you to break down because women want to be the arbiters of love. They want to be the arbiters of love. They want to be the ones that say, we love and you don't know how to love and we love better and we love you. I love you. We need you. I love you better, but we're going to break it down. Break down. Why it is, in fact, the men that have pulled out of the dating market before the women did, all right? Everything we've done it 10 to 12 years ago, and now you hear women going, I just want my peace and quiet. It's not worth it no more. Copycat. They always following our lead, and we're the true leaders of the world, all right? But anyway, to contribute to today's show, $ the Notorious CGA on the Cash App, Venmo, Coach Greg Adams TV. PayPal is paypal.me/Coach Greg Adams. And that is near the top of the description box on the Free Agent Lifestyle channel when you can super chat by clicking the link on the top of the live chat on the
new world order.
Free Agent Lifestyle channel. Yes, indeed. And yes, we got Gorditas coming up for you. Gordita Supreme. Gordita. We got some Gorditas, man. Let me check if there's some earlier contributors to today's show. Normally when we fire it up, we don't have many earlier contributors to today's show, but maybe we do. We do. Shout out to our brother Nick. Carr says your show is always a breath of fresh air. I appreciate you, sir. As for the woman that's complaining about no one buying her content, I guarantee you she would be shaming men for looking at her content if her ish was lucrative. It's really true. Either way, you can't win. Yes, indeed. You can't win with these people. All right, these perverts are out here paying me lots of money, these tricks. And they're pervs, they're creepy. But of course, now she ain't getting no money. She's like, I'm not getting any money. That's a co-sponsorship.
I'm rich, man.
Shout out to y'all. Shout out to you. And that was at the end of the day's show. H every day. Let's get it clear. Men exchange resources for the punani. And women exchange punani for the resources. Love is what you tell yourself when you're the failures of others. He says, I think you meant it's like. He says, I like is what you're telling me. Wait a minute. I'm not sure if there's a typo. I like is what I think you meant it's like. Is what you tell yourself when you enjoy things. Okay, I think you meant it's like. But anyway, nonetheless, yes, love is what you tell yourself when you're the failures of others. Interesting enough. We're going to tell you why women typically can't love, all right, as much as men, all right? And I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you. It's the women that's going to tell you. They're going to tell you, right? And I can't have you. I don't want nobody, baby. And shout out to our brother H every day. Says, I pay for great information. Thank you, sir. You keep me on my feet and motivated. My bills are paid, cash stashed away. And making me money. He says, got the passport finally. I've been to Mexico already with no passport. He says, I'm a go get it type of brother. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Enjoy your passport day. There's nothing like getting a passport to motivate you to go take some vacations, man, because it opens up the world. With no passport, you got nothing. But shout out to you with your bills paid. If your bills paid, you're not broke. All right. So if you don't have much remaining after your bills are paid, hey, that's okay. You just don't have any discretionary income. Discretionary income. You don't have discretionary income. That's a fixable problem. All right. Now, if you're broke and you can't pay your bills, now you're in trouble. All right. So shout out to you, man. You actually are part of the few and the proud that can pay their bills and their obligations. He says cash dashed away and he about to make some money. Shout out to you, man. That's how we do. That's what we want to encourage you. We want to encourage you to do that because things start to change around you when you do. But the only thing is people start coming after you for money, fam. I mean, that's what it is. All right. You become a real man. Then you become a utility at that point. All right. Kevin Sullivan said a girl tried to talk to him like he was crazy, like she was crazy. Got to make sure they respect you at all times. Shout out to Chris Singleton says, oh, this was earlier today. All right, Diddy's going to snitch on everybody. I'm going to have to dive and delve deep into this Diddy thing. Pause, all right? Not too deep, though.
Hey, yo, chill, son. Hey, yo.
All right, but this Diddy thing is going to be an absolute nightmare. We're going to have CGA investigates. Be on top of this. Yes, indeed. We are definitely going to do that. Anyway, you know what time it is. Gordita time. Let's get some Gorditas on your screen, some music and some dancing, and here we go. And, you know, we're going to start with the ones that be fooling you on social media with a face full of makeup. All right, look at this witch right here. Oh, boy, look at her. Okay, she look like a nice little slimmy out there until you get the full body shot. Hair is on point, but yes, indeed, she's a Gordita. And she, wow, boy, she's soggy. I mean, I tell you, man, it's a cold, evil world out here. Yes, it is. It's an evil world we live in, no 100%.
It's an evil world we live in.
She dressed like Morticia Adams Gordita. All right, let's go. We gonna get some Gorditas on your screen. Stop playing around, Sean. All right, stop playing around. Let's get some future Gorditas and some mommies. Oh, my goodness. Wow. Oh, my goodness. That is a wide body. Oh, my goodness. I can't even, but wow. That's crazy, man.
Oh, the humanity.
Yes, indeed. Goodness gracious. Get Tia Maria in the building. Shake all of that tortilla flesh. All right, look at her. That ain't tortilla flesh. That's tortilla flesh. All right, look at her out there shaking all that jiggle. Look at all that jiggle she's shaking. Let's go, girls. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, the humanity.
Now, that is definitely a chicken nugget. All right, this is definitely a small-sized chicken nugget. She about 4'11", 5 feet tall. All right, goodness. All right, you got to dunk that. Ninjas is starving.
Yeah, that brother's starving.
All right, look at this. Yes, all right. Oh, my goodness, look at this. Oh, man, a black man's dream right here. A broken back and a lot of booty meat. Yes, indeed. Shout out to her.
Oh, the humanity.
Oh, my God. Wow. All right, that's a lot of wiggle and jiggle, and that ninja gonna break his back. Get it, girl. Get it, girl. Shake that money maker. Get them cankles going. Let's go. Oh, yeah, that's a lot of... Oh, she got the arm fat, too. She got the teacher arm. Shake it. Wiggle it and jiggle it. Hello.
Oh, the humanity.
I see her with all of them lady lumps. That is a wide body. All right. It's something else right there. All right, let's get to the chiquitas. All right, here we go. Yes, the little tiny mommies. Come here, mommy. Yes, indeed. Look at that waist. Did you stretch that picture out? Look at this mamacita. All right. Yes, indeed. Oh, telenovela Latina. All right. Oh, my goodness. Look at this. And look at the guy in the back. He's starving that back there.
Yeah, that brother's starving.
CGA is in the back there for 30 years from now. That's going to be me. All right, for sure. That is a lot of, wow, boom, chicka, boom, boom, boom. All right, here we go. Some tiny mamacitas. That's it. Reporting from the K-Linda. All right, reporting from the, oh, that's it? Oh, I was enjoying it. All right. I was enjoying it. Hello. Woo-wee. All right, goodness. All right, mamacita. All right, goodness, look at Mamacita. All right, goodness gracious. What is she working with? All right, can y'all see the whole thing? Y'all can't even see the whole thing. I'm trying to hide the channel. Oh, okay, Linda. All right. Now, that's a vicious Morena. All right. My goodness, she is vicious. All right, look at her. I would fold her ass up like a love letter from the second grade. Yes, I would. All right, boy, that Gordita segment seemed short. I was enjoying it. All right, there we go. I was getting into it. All right, and then just be like, Coach, man, she in high school. No, she's not. I already checked it out. All right. She is not in high school. All right. She was recently, but that's neither here nor there. All right, listen.
Oh, the humanity.
Anyway, we got a great show for you lined up today. Let's get into the first segment right here. Let's get into the first segment. The first segment is, it's not even part of the normal show here, but we're going to do it. The realities of love and marriage. I'll do a round two. I will do a round two. I was enjoying it. All right, realities of love and marriage. I want you to listen to this guy right here. He's going to talk about divorce, putting divorce in perspective. And I don't know his name, but he calls himself the Bigger Player Podcast, I suppose. I'm not sure. He's the guy at the top. I don't know what the guy at the bottom is doing, but we're going to listen to the guy at the top right there. All right, so here it is right here. Putting your divorce in perspective.
I was with my ex-wife for 20 years. We were married for 16, and we got 3 kids out of it. So, like, you know, y'all don't know, but going through a divorce, that shit is like, this shit is.
They bring out the worst in people.
What the fuck? You like, damn, I laid next to you for 20 years. You saying this type shit?
Like,
and
what?
We've been divorced. I mean, we got 3 kids together and they grown, so I don't, but like even now, like me and her have no communication. We don't. And we're 3
Imagine
kids.
that 20 years together and now we don't even talk.
We've been divorced for 9 years. So
that's what I'm like.
So yeah, so it's that's the word.
Sure,
it's very tragic the fact that we can't even be cool now.
That's right.
Like after being divorced 9 years and our kids are grown. She was a stay-at-home mom. Money was great. We lived very great. The house, the cars, kids in private school. But then I hit a rough patch financially. And when I tell you the way she talked to me and handled me in front of my kids and emasculated me because financially it wasn't the same, that was when I was like, okay, this
you against me,
you know. And then, you know, it just started really going. Then I had other stuff going on. I was, you know, I had to sit down and go do a few months in the feds and all that shit. But before that, when the finances, and it hit me, I was like, when the old folks used to say, no finance, no romance, I see what the fuck they meant.
Shout out to them gentlemen, man. I always tell you these things, man, and it is real in the field right there. Somebody said another win for CGA. I'm trying to tell you, man, it's a cold-ass world. You realize what a trick is when you've been with a woman and she pulls that on you. And you be like, damn, I've been tricking the whole time? Yes, you have. The realities of love and marriage. I always say, man, look, if you think your woman likes you, if you think your woman likes you, and whatever it is you do to make her like you, stop doing it. All right? If you're the man and you have the mouthpiece, just stop mouthpiecing her. If you for the most part, shower her with attention. Stop giving her attention. If, in fact, she likes you because of the role you play as the dominant or the head of the household, stop being the head of the household. Lose your job, all right, or go to jail. There's a lot of shit that you can do, and you will find out she don't like you, all right? The arrangement she had was predicated on you continuing to be on the hamster wheel. Okay, and this dude went through 16 to 20 years of marriage to find out. He said, dude, I've been sleeping next to you for 20 years, 16 years. What do I tell you? You're sleeping with the enemy. The worst things that are going to be done to you are going to be people that look like you, proximity, likeness, and relations. This is without a doubt. And unfortunately, with romantic relationships and certainly with marriages, sometimes the worst things that are going to be done to you are going to be by virtue of these relationships. Right? Your biggest pain, your biggest letdowns. And this woman is going to clear this up for the woman's side here. All right. But women will always still believe in it because they're the beneficiary of it. They're the receivers of love. So they will certainly continue to benefit from it and believe in it. Men, on the other hand, can come out quite damaged and confused and say, man, I thought you were good. I thought we were good. Nah, man. Whatever it is, let's just say you're in good shape. You're in good shape. You got muscles. Dude, this woman can fluctuate in weight. She can be skinny, fat, skinny, fat. And she'll say, but don't you still love me? Okay, but you get out of shape. More than likely, she's going to stop liking you. Now, there is a lot of nuance in this conversation, but this point has to be driven home for you men. And the reason why I do this is to not tell you, oh, man, you don't have no hope out here. Well, I can't tell you if you have hope or not. But I want to prepare you for this before you get into it, because you're going to find out. More than likely, that's the case. I mean, I don't care if you at the JUCO. All right. I don't care if you at the JUCO. If you have a JUCO, and I don't care if you lay pipe down real good and you have her on an arrangement, allowance, or you pay her to meet up with you, stop paying her. Stop paying her. She going to stop showing up. I mean, you're going to be like, but I thought we grew together and I thought there was. No, sir. No, sir, bruh. Stop taking her on dates. Stop paying her, and she going to stop showing up. This is the reality of how women work. This is the realities of love and marriage. But, for us, men are the most loyal. We're the loyal lovers. Now, I know people are going to talk about men having affairs. We're going to clear that up later, because men and women have affairs on the same level. They're almost the same. And women, we almost know women have more affairs between 18 and 30. They are the leaders in affairs. It's slightly more than men. So, the whole thing about, well, men cheat and women cheat just the same. Okay, but we'll get to all of that later. That's the reality of it. And let me see if I can break down some more things. I do have some time.
His wife for 20 years. We were married for 16. And we got 3 kids out of it. So, y'all don't know, but going through a divorce, that shit is like, this shit is.
It brings out the worst in people.
It brings out the worst in people. So, again, while we celebrate marriage and it brings out the best in people, the majority of them do end in divorce. And yes, it brings out the worst in people, to the point where I always say, if you think a woman likes you, ask her, does she like her child's father? Right? Do you like your child's father? Do you like your ex-husband? More than likely they don't, which is an indicator. That person laid down his life for her. She don't even like him. Same thing with the baby daddy. You guys procreated and brought forth life into the world, and you don't like them. This should be a clear sign of how toxic this person is, but that's neither here nor there. And how women love. They love on conditions.
What the fuck? You like, damn, I laid next to you for 20 years.
All right, when black men start talking like this, all right, when black men start talking like this, and they go with the high-pitched voice, you can tell there's some pain there. They can't really say what they want to say. That is a evasive, passive-aggressive move by black men. We typically do that. I don't know what you wanted me to do. You're lightening your voice. You're taking the bass out of your voice. You're not standing on it. You're really concerned, basically, what you're going to say is going to offend people. And I don't do that on my show. I don't think I'll ever really do the high pitch. And I just don't know what, I just mean, passive-aggressive, really pussy move to do when you're a guy. You're not standing on your square. All right, but let's continue.
You saying this type shit?
Like,
and
what?
We've been divorced. I mean, we got 3 kids together and they grown, so I don't, but like even now, like me and her have no communication. We don't. And we're 3 kids.
Imagine that, 20 years together and now we don't even talk.
We've been divorced for 9 years.
And I'm going to tell you, man, not talking to your co-parent or the person you brought life into the world with, not talking to someone that you haven't married is pretty much the definition of why marriage is a failure. I mean, it should never get to that, but it does, and that's how difficult it is. And then people just want you to overlook that. The people who are getting divorced, they're at each other's neck. I mean, they're like, you're not talking about people that moved on and weren't traumatized and are happy and they talk to each other. Most of them, they don't maintain friendships, despite the fact they may say that shit on social media. All right, they don't maintain it. They basically be like, "Ah, fuck that motherfucker." I mean, who would co-sign for some shit like that? All right, but that's sad, because certainly you are traumatizing your kids each and every time they see you guys don't communicate. This is bad for your children. This is bad for your children. Just think about it. How many of you guys grew up? How many of you guys grew up with parents that didn't communicate? Like I mean, I tell you, man, there's no worse way. I mean, there's worse ways you can raise your kids. But if you think by doing that, it's better for the kids, better than them to see you argue, guys, you're still traumatizing them by not talking. Okay. Don't think you're doing them any favors by not communicating. Because typically then what you'll do is put the kid in between the communication. right? Then you'll communicate through the kid. That's toxic, right? That's toxic. And then you'll have to be like, well, you know, you don't want to ruffle any feathers between one parent and loyalties to another. It's toxic. It is absolutely toxic. So what'll happen is the kids will you will feel it. Yeah, somebody said the tension is palpable. If ever you're in the same room, they're like, they don't know what to do. In fact, many times you guys are broken up before the kids have become aware before they've gotten their id and their ego. So now they never really seen you guys communicate in an honorable way. So they'd never even seen you guys be romantic. So they never seen how they became themselves with you being separate. They really have an incomplete story. Typically, this is stuff that the petty shit that women do. I'm just letting you know. And sometimes it's safer for men to not communicate with the woman at all. He's doing that for his own safety. He's not doing it because he doesn't like the woman. He's doing it for his own safety. So this is unhealthy things that people do. And then they still encourage you to go get married without addressing these issues and holding people accountable for doing these toxic things to their children. All right. So let me see here.
So that's what I'm like.
So yeah, so that's the word. It's very tragic, the fact that we can't even be cool now.
That's right.
Like after being divorced 9 years, and our kids are grown. She was a stay-at-home mom. Money was great. We lived very great. The house, the cars, kids in private school.
Yep. As long as I'm telling you, man, the marriage will is undefeated. As long as you're providing that, and that's what the basis of the relationship is on. You know, it wasn't based on him being a Chad or a Tyrone. It was based on him being a provider. And some men lead with that. They actually lead with romance and being a provider. The minute that is gone, 90% is done, right? 90% chance your relationship is busted. So you were a provider. She says, I want a provider. I want you to be able to make me stay at home mom. Now, soon as that changes, the relationship is dead on arrival. There's nothing saving that relationship, especially if she's not working. And so I don't know what happened to him. It sounds like he got into some legal issues, but no, there's no saving that marriage then, because the main reason why she was associating with him is now over. So now the marriage is over.
But then I hit a rough patch financially. And when I tell you the way she talked to me and handled me in front of my kids and emasculated me because financially it wasn't the same, that was when I was like, okay.
Yeah, so the emasculation immediately came up. All right. Oh, you're not a provider? And yeah.
And that's you.
You're not a provider? Well, this is done. All right. No need to continue from here. And so the disrespect and the emasculation. You would think that women leave bad relationships. You would think women leave relationships immediately if they're not getting what they want. That's not the case. They'll stick around long enough to disrespect you. They don't just pack up and leave. All right. But you're going to lose her. But she's still going to be right there. All right. And so she'll settle for just, disrespecting you at some particular point. Now, let me say this. Once this happens, from that point on, that's when the abuse allegations are going to come along. Everything you hear women talk about, this is not over a period of time. It is a short period of time, right when the disrespect happens. So then arguments, abuse, name calling, these things exist. And then when she breaks up, finally, she comes out and tell everybody she had to put up with this. But it was normally at the point of the level of disrespect, right? That's where it started. And then that's where the abuse claims do come from generally. I'm going to just let you guys know that. All right, the realities of marriage. All right, we're going to hear this one right here, the love and marriage. You guys, I just did a stream on love and marriage. And we talked about how long you can anticipate love happening. How long can love last? Really, at best, 18 months. All right, that loving feeling, the butterflies, the anticipation, the desire, the bonding, the closenesses, the touching, the sex, the intimacy. It's really a short period of time. Okay, short period of time. This is just a reality of, I've showed you data, scientific. We talked to people that are in psychology about the brain. We talked about people that have experienced this, the dopamine, the norepinephrine, all of these things, the bonding agents, it just goes away. Now, the loyalty and the reason why you're getting together, which a woman's going to talk about here shortly, is not for those reasons. Of course, those are the reasons you get together, but you got to have a bigger reason to stay together. And we are losing those reasons. Okay, we're losing those reasons. So it's making it tough today because people are pretty selfish about their desires. Well, this woman had this to say. All right, it says right here, all right, we got some people here. It says men love more sincerely than women. I'll explain if I'm forced to, but I don't think I have to. Shout out to you. You ain't got to. It's very obvious. Men are the givers of love. Women are the receivers of love. Women give love based on what she receives. That's Bree-Folt's law is pretty explicit on this one. Bree-Folt's law is pretty explicit. Bree-Folt law, for the new people here, Bree-Folt's law suggests that in the animal kingdom, it is the women that actually decide if relationships will go further, meaning that if the relationships will initiate, the women decided. Now, that doesn't mean they're the gatekeepers to commitment. They just decide if they will initiate a relationship with you, and that is only predicated if there is a benefit. Men typically accept who they can get. All right, I'm going to try to go out there, numbers game. All right, you say yes, okay, I take you. You say no, okay, I can't. So at this point, the Bree-Folt's law dictates that women will associate only with men that can derive a benefit from. If there was no benefit, there was no association. So in essence, yes, then we're talking about love. We're talking about people. You know, we're not trying to demean women. Women are the ones that are always believing in love, but they believe that they believe in love for the right reason. More than often, it's for the wrong reason. Okay, it's not for the reason that they might be thinking. So men tend to be going into it to be accepted. I want to be accepted by this woman. I want this one. I'm going to show this woman that I'm worthy, and therefore I can provide her with the things that I need to provide for my love and my loyalty in my marriage. So when she says men love more sincerely than women, she said, I shouldn't have to explain this. This should be self-explanatory. All right, it should be self-explanatory. But she then probably had to go in there. She says women are literally socialized to fall in love. We will damn near try to fit anyone into that role. Men are socialized to not, LOL, plus they gain nothing from it in a sense. Now, somebody did find that to be offensive, that men gain nothing from it, but you have to ask, you know, men are not the receivers, so what do they gain? Their receiving is the satisfaction of giving. The givers gain. Okay, but when women find a man, they find rest. Weight off of our shoulders because he's here to provide and protect and solve all of our problems. But when men fall in love, they gain a liability. Hello, did a man write this? Hello. Hey, shit. Dude, I'm telling you, man, people are just really kind of waking up from the norm. Women gain rest. Men gain a liability. I've been saying this for quite a long time. Even children. I say, really, men don't gain anything. People say, well, what about children? And I said, listen, children are lovable liabilities. They're lovable liabilities. Children aren't free. They certainly are a blessing. They certainly are a blessing that you were able to procreate and bring forth life. But children are not really a gain unless they can become positive contributors into the world. But you don't recoup anything back from the child. All you're doing is giving that child an opportunity, raising them up for 18 years, now 30 years, putting them to the world, but you get nothing back. You get the satisfaction of being able to keep your kids alive and healthy. But that's a liability. That is not a gain. All right, but it is certainly a blessing. So what this woman is saying is the same thing. Men get liabilities when they fall in love. Meaning I got to carry the weight or be expected to make the plans. You know what I mean? Provide opportunities for you to enjoy yourself. Maybe find some happiness. Provide security, housing, all right, protection. That's all a liability. That's not a gain. That is weight, all right? That is very much weight. So what does the man do? He finally gets the girl, Then he puts babies in her. Then he goes to try to figure out how he can make it work, knowing that if he doesn't make it work, he loses the girl and sometimes the children. So this woman is preaching. This woman is preaching. She says, and I'm going to read it again. When women find a man, they find rest. Weight off of their shoulders. And she said our shoulders. So this is a woman speaking, because he's here to provide and protect and solve our problems. But when men fall in love, they gain a liability. Now they have yet another thing to be responsible for, to provide for, to think for, to stick their neck out for, etc. Shit don't sound fun at all. And yet they do it anyway because they love you. Oh my Lord, hoorah, shish. There you go. This is facts. Who denies this? Who denies this? I've been saying this a long time. Men are the romantics. Men are the lovers. Men are the lovers. All right? Been saying this. Yeah, man. I mean, guys, men are the lovers. Women love on conditions. They're all, listen, any of these conditions fall out, they're gone. Now, when women struggle through things, they can struggle to mental health, depression, postpartum depression, bad attitude, disrespect, getting fat, all right, cheating, texting other men, going to girls' nights out, all that shit. We trying to hold on to our kingdom, and then we still stick around. We still stick around. We don't bounce. Now we'll get to affairs in a minute, but we don't leave these relationships. Men still try to love the woman as much as he can through all of that bullshit. Pushing a baby between her peace sleeve. I mean, stretch marks, all that shit. Getting fat, cellulite, no pussy, no sex at night. Okay. Then she goes off and cheats. Well, you weren't happy. You didn't make me happy. I'm not happy. So here, another thing I want to point out is this does talk about dating as well. Remember when Taraji P. Henson this morning was talking about dating? I want it to be an event. All right, men don't court. These are all what we call obligations. These are all obligations. These are all demands placed on the man. Because why? She has a vagina, you have a dick. There's nothing more other than that. That's the only reason that exists. Okay, well, I guess that's how it is. So what happens? She wants you to plan an event. More than likely, when men go on dates, they don't enjoy the date. They don't enjoy the date. She enjoys the date. And your job is to make her enjoy the date. But what are you doing? Keeping the conversation going, not trying to be too much of a creep, trying to be masculine and dominant, but not domineering and controlling and perverted. You know what I mean? You want to grab her by the back of the head, not trying to be too forward with sex, but not trying to leave sex off the table. She's like, I like him a little bit strong, but a little bit weak. I like him a little bit funny and a little bit meek. All right. You're trying to balance in between all that. Not only that, you're trying to make sure you show up on time, get your reservations, make sure you have enough on your debit card to pay. Then maybe figure out if you want to hit them skins. You want to hit them skins, or you want to come back to the house. Oh, how dare you ask me that? Oh, shit. But then if you don't ask her, he didn't even ask me to come back to the house. You're like, most of the time, you're trying not to fuck it up. You're trying to juggle. It's like juggling knives. You're like, oh, shit. You're not enjoying it. You're sitting there like, you're not sitting back like, oh, gosh, I don't have to think about shit. Fuck. All right, I'm going to eat and listen to this motherfucker talk. Oh, my gosh, this is great. Nope. Trying to pay for the valet. So this is what most men are going through when they're talking about a woman's like, men don't date. We want to have fun. We want to go on an event. Nobody got time for that. So men are backing out of these responsibilities. So there it is again. I'm going to read the last paragraph again. It says right here, when women find a man, they find rest. Weight off of our shoulders because he's here to provide, protect, and solve all of our problems. But when men fall in love, they gain a liability. All right, so who's the prize? He says now they have yet another person or thing to be responsible for, including kids and houses. Provide for, think for, stick their neck out for. Shit doesn't sound fun at all, and yet they still do it anyway because they love you. All right, so that's the realities there. All right, let me give you this reality right here, and we'll take a quick break. And it says right here, marriage is not for happiness. Now, she's going to take a very religious approach to the marriage here, right here. But what do we commonly hear before we hear what the sister says right here?
I'm not happy.
All right. What do we normally hear? When a marriage breaks up, we hear things like, well, I want to pursue my happiness. I wasn't happy. I graduated. We hear these things being filed in the family court for no fault divorce as a means to say, I'm ready to move on with this. And it's just an excuse. All right. I'm going to tell you, women ain't happy to begin with, but you weren't making her happy anymore. You weren't doing the things that you did to get her. So she's going to say, well, I'm not happy. And that's an easy way to explain a legitimate reason for leaving the marriage. Now, I've been calling bullshit on I'm not happy for a long time. Most of the time there's another bull in the ring. She's trying to practice hypergamy, particularly maybe monkey branching. And it's kind of like when people break up and say, I need some space. It's not me, it's you. Or it's not you, it's me. This is just bullshit reasons why to divorce. All right. And because the marriage was not predicated on happiness. So this woman's going to say, hey, happiness wasn't part of the deal. In fact, no wedding vow, if I'm not mistaken, the common wedding vows, I don't think happiness is in any of them. And she's going to now thump on the Bible and say, hey, happiness ain't part of the deal either. Happiness is not part of the marital deal. All right, so let's see what she has to say and break it down.
Marrying for happiness. The purpose of marriage is to be holy. It is to mimic the covenant or the marriage between Christ and the body, which is us, the church, which is why the Bible says that when a husband marries his woman, he leaves his mother and his father and they become one. This is why the Bible says that a husband must love his wife the way that Christ loves the church, and how a woman must respect her husband. It is the same thing that we are to give to Christ and what Christ does for us. Now, you wouldn't use a knife to eat spaghetti because you know that it would injure you. So when people get into marriage without the intent to use or to be in marriage for what the purpose of it is, and then you get hurt, you want to disdain marriage. You wouldn't use that knife, eat the spaghetti, get hurt, and then blame the knife and say, I'll never use a knife again. The irony in marriage is that people want to get married and they're looking to be happy and they're looking for a selfless love, but nobody's willing to give selfless love. Selfless love requires you to die to yourself. And guess what? It also requires you to do serve, which is another thing that people don't want to hear. Nobody wants to submit, but in marriage, both the husband and the wife must yield to each other. And that's the only difference between having a covenant on earth.
This woman looked like a cartoon character.
And a covenant with Christ. Christ doesn't yield to us, but we must yield to our husbands. Our husbands must yield to us because people don't like the word submit. We have to yield to each other. And guess what happens when you get into marriage with the purpose of being holy, the purpose of being righteous, the purpose of serving one another? Happiness comes because now both people's needs are being met. So if you are marrying for pure happiness, you're already going into marriage with this selfish mentality of what can this person do for me? Stop marrying for happiness.
All right, stop marrying for happiness, she says right there. She looks like a cartoon character with that filter and those big eyes. She looks like a cartoon character, all right? I mean, not saying she's ugly. She just looks like a cartoon character with her eyes. But she's hitting the nail on the head, the yielding, the submitting. And the previous person even talked about it. When somebody even said, when she's saying people, she means women. When she says people, she means women. Okay? When she says people do this and people do that, she talking about women, because where it is the man is already making the sacrifice. He's gained the liability. He's picking up the slack. And I don't want to hear shit about you 50-50 career women and none of that shit. Well, I could be head of household too. No, you can't. All right, sit down. Sit down. And that's nice of you. All right. But anyway, you will never respect a man, you being head of household. I'm going to just let you know that. So she's saying women, mostly women this is an issue with women. It's not an issue that is men are dealing with. And by the way, let me just show you this. This one says right here, saying that a man gains nothing is wild. The only way he won't be gaining anything is if he chooses the wrong woman. See, nobody wants to deal with it. He chose the wrong woman. Okay. In the right relationship. Okay. This is the old what if. All right. You never know. I mean, this tells me, man, people don't have any concept of how to have this discussion in a mature manner. All right, the only way he does, listen, let's just say that. Saying that a man gains nothing is wild. So she dismissed that a man gains nothing. Then says the only way he won't gain something is if he chooses the wrong woman. Okay, most people choose the wrong person. Now what? So that negates what you just said in the first sentence. It's not wild. It is actually true. But who is the wrong woman? And now in the right relationship, which most relationships, they're not right. All right. You're lucky if you get the right one, just pure luck, or you're bored. Both people should benefit from the union. Okay. I mean, this is a whole bunch of gook right here. You see? What does that even mean?
What that mean?
That's just if and coulda, woulda, shoulda. And if the stars align, that has nothing to do with what this post just said. All right, at all. And it kind of got ratioed. People had something to say about it. All right, so this is what you're arguing against. This is high school bullshit. That's nothing. If the moon stars and quasars align, if the Lucky Charms all line up and the silver moons and all that shit, the right one and the wrong one, he picked the wrong one. So, yep, he didn't gain. Okay, so you're just summing it up as that. Right, just completely sidestepping any accountability, moving the goalpost. Well, if he picks, the only way is, well, that's most of the ways. Data-wise, that's most of the ways. All right, so anyway, the marriage is not for happiness, I believe is true. I believe it's true. It is a duty. It is definitely for the mature. It is certainly what I call it basically, it's going to be a rite of passage. Many of us have rite of passages in our culture. In our American culture, we have a rite of passage. Most of these rites of passages are no longer kind of spiritual or religious based, but some of us have religious based rites of passages. For instance, christenings and baptisms, and also being eligible for communion. Then you go into quinceañeras, and then you go into possibly bar mitzvah, bat mitzvahs, and things like this. All right, these are rites of passages where you enter into an age of maturity and you go to the next level where you're supposed to kind of mature. All right, also driver's licenses. And for us in American, being able to buy alcohol and go party and go into a nightclub. These are things that are rites of passages, and you're going to the next level. You've reached a level of maturity or an age of majority, so you get to do these things. Marriage is a rites of passage. It is like, hey, we're mature. In fact, there was an 18-year-old football player over there in, I believe, Europe that just got married soon as he turned 18. And he could not get married because he was 17, but he was with a woman that was 21 years old. All right. As soon as he turned 18, he was able to have that rite of passage into maturity. We now accept that as, okay, you're an adult. You can make an adult decision. You can bring forth life through your marriage. Having children, rites of passage, you hit the age of maturity, and you're able to shed blood between your legs. These are rites of passages into maturity. Marriage is one of those things that is basically a cultural rite of passion, a rite of passage, meaning that, hey, you're showing that you're responsible, accepting responsibility. With that being said, the purpose of why I'm saying that is because marriages has nothing to do with happiness. It would be nice. It would be nice if that is included. And even she said, well, when you're doing both, if you're on one accord and you're yielding to each other, all right, yes, you will find happiness in that because you are getting married for the right reasons. Anyone that says they weren't happy, therefore they destroyed their marriage, they did it for the wrong reason. That is not a legitimate reason to bust up your marriage because you weren't happy. But you need to dive deeper into why you weren't happy. And it's normally going to be something that they've done, right? They've now become more interested in another person, all right? Has nothing to do with it. Now, of course, abuse and anything like that would be a reason to why you would actually be out of that. But most of these allegations of abuse are not have anything to do with actual abuse. Much of it is a projection, and much of the abuse is coming from the person claiming to be the victim, more than likely. And the data shows us this as well. So the whole I'm not happy bullshit.
I'm not happy.
It's a fact. Let me see. She had some other things to say that I wanted to point out. Hang tight.
Happiness. The purpose of marriage is to be holy. It is to mimic the covenant or the marriage between Christ and the body, which is us, the church, which is why the Bible says that when a husband marries his woman, he leaves his mother and his father and they become one.
This is another issue I have. I mean, listen, most of these parents, they'll still reign on top of these marriages. I mean, I get it. You know, they do have an investment. These are their biological children. But you leave your parents. You leave. You create your own family within a bigger, larger, extended family. But sometimes a matriarch will say, you know, a matriarch typically is a grandmother that wants to, hey, these are my kids. These are my grandkids. I created this. And she'll interfere in all of their marriages. I know a family that had 4 kids and 4 got married and 2 got divorced. All right. So, I mean, and much of it was because of interference of the monster-in-law. Tried to rein in and be involved in all these marriages instead of stepping to the side. You have to leave and allow them to create their own unions, their own self-beliefs, their own belief systems, their own way to parent. It is very difficult for parents to let go of their children. So it is very difficult for older parents of kids that are entering into the age of majority to watch them do this. And it is very painful to do this. So yes, man, I mean, people don't want to do this. I mean, I'm going to tell you, people do not want to even leave everything behind. People want to be married, but they want to bring everything into their marriage. They want to bring their friends and their family. They want to bring their debt and the problems, the past issues, their mental health. They want to bring everything into that marriage. I'm telling you, it's not going to work. I mean, the modern woman and what she wants to bring in, they're true bag ladies. They're true bag ladies. Do me a favor, hit the like button. They're true bag ladies. They want to bring in their bags from everything into every new relationship. You know, they're fucking, what do they call it? Pack hacks? Or what do they call it? What do they call it when you, hoarders? They're hoarders. All right. They're like, hey, do you like me? Yeah. Okay. Then they bring in all their bags. Here's all my male friends. Here's my brothers. Here's my parents. Here's my life. Here's my past life as a stripper. Here's my mental health. They start dragging all that shit in. Here's my body count. Here's everything. This all comes with it. This is my sorority sisters, my political beliefs. Pack rats. That's what it is. Man, we're new. This woman even said, you're one now. All right. You bring in all that shit. Well, you got to accept all this shit. They pick all this pack rat. All right, these are all my friends. This is what I do on Saturdays. Like, and guess what? Those bags are going to fuck your marriage up. That's what's going to mess up your relationship. The bags. All her shit that she bringing in. Because that's going to interfere with you. You're going to be like, wait a minute. I'm making, watch this. We're going to tie it all together. We're going to tie it all together. I'm making the biggest sacrifice, moving you in, committing to you. I'm gaining a liability, and you're complicating it with all the rest of your shit. I'm sticking my neck out. I'm providing. I'm being responsible for. And here you come with all your bags. It's just more shit. Now, that's going to interfere with your relationship. And she's going to be like, well, you accept me with all this shit or don't accept me. Yep, she coming in with debt, credit card debt, student loan debt, car payments, repossessions. And then you're supposed to just sit off to the side while she's keeping all that shit going. And you'll be like, do you have any time for me? She want to go to girls' nights out. Nah, baby, I'm telling you, man, these modern women are shit when it comes to relationship. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing. They're trying to hold on to too much of the world. This is why. This is why they've been encouraged to get married as early as possible, before they get to 30, before they get to 40. And they bringing in children. What about the children? The ex-husband, the baby daddy. They're bringing in all that shit. And you think this is going to work? Probably not. These women are not going to maintain these relationships. These relationships are going to get destroyed. But they want to bring in the world. This is why they were encouraged before. You need to find your husband, then find the world. But these bitches want to find the world and then find a man sitting over here. Oh, where is he? All right, I got everything I want. I got my 1-bedroom, 3-bedroom townhouse. Now where's my man? All right, and he's got to take all my shit. Like you don't have nothing. All right, you're like, what about my shit? Throw your shit away. No, you know. So they cannot be successful in these endeavors of trying to do this. But this is the reality of love and marriage. Let me go ahead and do some super chats if there are any. And do me a favor. Take time to hit the like button. There's 1,400 people in here. Hit that like button for me. This has been a great show. We got one more segment ready to go here. We're only doing 2 hours today. Yes, indeed. I'm finding a way to figure out how to tightly pack my content because I want to add more content to my other channels. And they've just been slacking. So I want to have more time in the day to do that. and all of that in a bag of Chips Ahoy. Let me check on these super chats and see if you brothers had something to say. It looks like you don't have anything to say, so we're going to move it on along. All right, we're going to move it along. Shout out to our brother here, no government name. Most husbands are sleeping with their number one enemy, and marriage is just majorly tricking. CGA say that. Play the victory lap for yourself. As a Gen Z growing up seeing divorced couples' behaviors, it's the reason I'll never get married and take the risk. Yes. I mean, I've been saying we're the third, fourth generations of divorce. You've seen your parents get divorced. It's not like we are ignorant and we don't see what we see. Just like I told you earlier, your kids see you not talking. They can feel the tension. And it's somewhat soul crushing in them, and it's somewhat depressing for them to realize that their parents are not communicating, that they're playing games and lawsuits and child support and manipulation and behind the scene and shit like this. So you think Generation Z doesn't want to get married because they listen to CGA. Well, I've driven the nail in the coffin. I've actually made a lot of men go, okay, that shit makes sense, because they saw you jackass parents get divorced. They saw your grandparents get divorced. They saw their neighbor get divorced. They saw their friends' parents get divorced. It ain't like they didn't see toxic relationships. They probably lived in a house, toxic relationships. You think they came to a Red Pill podcast and was like, oh man, wow, I thought about getting married, but CGA told me no. They saw it. They saw the fights, the arguments. They saw the woman bringing the knives out. They saw the domestic violence. They saw the abuse. They saw the toxica. They saw the telenovela. They saw the drama, and they lived it for 18 years of their childhood. Now, you motherfuckers want to play the blame game. It ain't CGA that did this. I basically was able to express it in a way that people can now verbalize it. Oh, okay, I wasn't able to say it like that. But they saw it. Kids aren't dumb. Okay, kids aren't dumb. They saw all of you guys unsuccessful relationships. They saw your mother have 3 kids by 3 different other men. They saw her fucking around on the carousel. They saw Papa was a Rolling Stone. They saw all the shit. They didn't just wake up and turn on YouTube and go, oh man, this is why I never get married. They saw it and they just needed somebody to verbalize it. Yep, they saw the police getting called. I was at the gas station. And it was a black woman. She was wearing booty shorts and a tank top, very typical, hair in a little bun. And I pulled up kind of near the pump near her. Now, she was walking up, so I was already kind of jumping out of my car. She's on the phone, just standing around, pacing around her car. And she's, I can hear her. She's just full of drama. And I'm like, that's a shame. She was probably in her, I would say, mid to late 30s. And she just talking. Oh, we need to fill a domestic violence. We need to fill a police report. And he had the nerve to say he never put his hand around my neck. Blah, 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 blah. It's just, I'm like, these people are miserable. Miserable human beings. All right, all that drama, can't move on in life, just talking and listen, I can't believe it. I need to go down to the police station that he needs to do. And I don't even think she was the victim. Somebody else in the family was the victim. All right, but she was just, and I need to go call CPS and just lying and bullshitting. All right, I was just like rolling my eyes. I'm like, just bitching, causing drama. Somebody said kids see everything and they hear everything. They feel it too. Yes. Shout out to no government name. Free agent lifestyle plus the JUCO plus maid plus cook equals winning. CGA is giving Gen Z men the cheat code to a happy life. Promote your money mindset. And locals to the Mitchells and the mouthpiece Bamas. All right. Yeah, they don't want to do it because Bamas don't pay for nothing. So it don't matter to them. They ain't paying. The contractor reporting for duty, coach. Shout out to the contractor. Appreciate you for being here on a Tuesday. We got our brother, no government name. I have seen more men destroyed by their desires for a wife and a kid and to keep them in comfort than I've seen destroyed by drinks and harlots. That's Sir William Butler Yeats. I've seen more men destroyed by the desire for kids and a wife and to keep them in comfort than being destroyed by drinks and harlots. It's a hard thing, brothers. A hard thing. And a lot of guys, you watch my show to help you get confirmation and strength behind your decision making, because it is a big decision. I'm not telling you not to get married, but I'm just telling you what to look out for. And when I tell you, I'm telling you the truth. Okay? I'm not telling you what all women are going to do. I can't tell you what all people are going to do. But what I'm telling you is the God's honest truth. These things happen. And many times the things that I'm saying, it didn't happen to me, but it happened to somebody I knew. Sometimes it happened to me. Sometimes it happened to somebody I seen that was in court. Sometimes somebody shared it with me in a podcast or an interview or a coaching call. So I'm telling you things that are real. And I've seen the system. It is not good for you. And today's modern women are not willing to stay in these marriages. They're the ones filing for the divorces. They're the ones saying they are not happy. They're the ones cheating at just about equal levels. They're the ones doing it. All right. So this is not to be denied. Now, if you don't want to believe it, don't believe it. But it's getting harder and harder for most men to even look at today's women as a marriageable woman. I mean, it's very difficult. Broad. Is it Broad 2.0? What's up, coach? My girlfriend, after 15 months, left me after I think she discovered or you discovered that you failed the bar exam. Moreover, she wanted me to propose to her, but she liked to party until 4 a.m. with her ratchet friends at soca parties. He says, likely with another bull in the ring. Good riddance, man. Get her out of there, brothers. Get her gone. Man, look, I'm telling you, man, for the women out here, I want you to listen. I know you're watching me. We had you here. Ladies, if you want a man and a boyfriend and you also want to go out and party, and this could be same thing with the guys, but I'm just telling you, the men are the ones taking the bulk of the risk because your actions are going to affect him. Okay, it's going to affect him highly. But you want to be out here partying and going out here still fucking around and all that stuff. We'll talk about men cheating in a minute because it's going to be important. But you want to be partying and going out 4 a.m, baby, you are not getting a relationship. Men, huddle up. Huddle up. I know you're desperate for a commitment and you're lonely and you think you want to do whatever you can to qualify for a woman. They need to qualify for you, but let me just be frank. Do not give a woman a relationship that still wants to party. She still has her life in the streets outside and she has you as a committed man. Now, I don't care how old she is. She could be 21 and ain't never been to a nightclub. She could be 26 and living out her best years in her 20s. It is best to release this woman back to the goddamn streets from when she came.
In these streets.
Do not engage in this. Like, don't give her the commitment that she's asking for. She's not going to stop this if you give her the full commitment. Well, but if I get married, I'll stop. She's not going to do it. This is a part of her life. She wants to be a ratchet. She hangs out with ratchets and strags. Leave her be. Let her go. Let her go to the damn streets. All right. Do not try to give these women a commitment. They're going to fuck you over. They want to go out and, I remember I was dating this girl and they were socialites. Okay. Yeah. Don't take her seriously. All right. If you want to rent her and lease her and turn her back over, do whatever. Do not take women like this seriously. These are not serious women. These women will say they're serious too. They're not serious. They want to go out and drink and pass out at their friend's house. But let me tell you, I was dating a socialite. She still wanted to be in the streets. And she was like, well, this is my life. And this is my life. I had to cut her loose. Go live your life, bitch. I mean, that's what, right? I'm not going to be committed to you. We can hook up, but I'm not committed to you. All right. There's no way I'm committing to anything like that. All right. Because these are going to cause you problems, sleepless nights, insecurity, or it'll make you competitive with her. To where when she goes out, you like, fuck it, I'm going to go out too. Now y'all both going out. It's just not going to work. Let these women, let these wild horses run free. I like horses. I like horses. I want these women 304s. Hey, I like y'all. I don't have a problem with 304s. Skeezers. I don't have problems with skeezers. I can make good use of a skeezer. Now, you ain't going into my house. You ain't getting no relationship. I could rent you and lease you and put you on a plan. But in terms of relationships with a skeezer, no, you for the world. All right. I don't have a problem with 304s. Like when I call 304s, it's not to demean them. It's just to describe you. I'm just describing who you are, but that don't mean we can't be friends. All right. I'm good with y'all 304s. I'm good with y'all wild horses and skeezers. I don't have a problem with you. Come on over. All right. Yeah. Concubine material only, and barely that. Barely a concubine. You just a rental. All right. I can make good use of you. Come here. All right. We going to the Sleep and Fuck Motel. Come on. Where the 304s at? Come on. All right. So, but no, bro. No commitment to a 304. Never that. Love a 304. Never that. Don't fall in love with these 304s, man. They for all of us. They are 304s. That's our girls. Them ain't your girls. That's our girl. All right. Anyway, shout out to our brother here. We got a couple. Lord Roku from Birmingham, or is it Birmingham? Birmingham, England. I've been watching and spreading the gospel according to CGA since 2018. He says, my debut album, Rocco's Way 5, coming out the September 24th, is filled with knowledge about the free agent lifestyle, sampled the great See God Allah in an intro song, Colors. Thanks for all that you do and continue to do. Make sure you send me the details of this album. I'm interested in it. Okay. Shout out to you, man. Yes, indeed. No government name. As a teenager, I've noticed the soulless look in married men's eyes, and it always stuck with me. Meanwhile, the bachelors over 30 are full of life, happiness, better shape, and looking younger. Gen Z men aren't dumb. F the track cons, but men need hope, ass ninjas. Yes, indeed. They need hope that somebody will love them and all this stuff. Yeah, man. Good luck. I mean, it's very tough out here, but just so you guys know, most of y'all, most of you guys, you've tried this, and it just is very, very difficult. We got Macaroni Tony, barely past the first segment, and you already cooking. You a bad mother. Shut your mouth. Shout out to you. Marcus B, once again, CGA, you are accurate as F. When my ex left the relationship, I instantly felt a huge weight lifted off my shoulders because I was going to have to take care of her whole family. Thank God. And thank CGA. Facts. All right. One thing I told my ex-wife when I was leaving, I said, I'm going to make more money without you than I ever did with you. And that was right. Because I was like, much of my attention, much of my, all of this shit that I'm dealing with, it's because of you. I'm doing this for you. Like, I'm trying to build and you're not helping me with the building. You're just consuming and using. And I was like, I'm going to make way more money without you than I will with you. All right. You're dead weight. All right. And she remembers that because anytime she filed a divorce petition, she put that in there. All right. She remembered that to this fucking day. All right. When I told her that shit hit her right in the fucking guts. And she looking at me right now like, shit. The nigga became rich. All right. The nigga became rich. He did it. And that was, hey.
I'm rich.
All right. That was what she was banking on. She was gambling on that I was going to lose without her. And now I was that dead weight stuck with her. I was like, you dead weight. Told her that shit. I was like, you dead weight. It ain't even worth even trying to support you and all that shit. I don't deal with dead weight. That shit stuck with her ass. She going to be 60 thinking of that shit. Yep. Now she looking at me like, God damn. It's gotta hurt, brother, because look, if she got rich, I would be salty too. But fucked it up. Hey man, ladies, you could be a contributor or you could be a goddamn piece of dead weight. There ain't no in between. You could contribute to the success or you could be dead weight. Most women are gonna be dead weight. In fact, I'm going to just tell you this right now. Most of y'all haven't improved a man's financial position yet. You haven't. You're dead weight. Look, I'm not saying this. This woman said it. I know people are like, look, this woman said it right here. You're a liability. You're a liability. That's all you are. Most of y'all just a liability. I don't give a shit. I don't care if it's your mama, your daughter, your liabilities. All right. You're not positive. You don't go in the positive section of this fucking spreadsheet. Liability. All right. But you can be an asset. More than likely, you're not. You're not a contributing. I don't give that. Look, you can bring in your $60,000 salary. You're a liability, period. This is no way around it. There's no way around it. That's the majority of what you're dealing with. Straight facts, liability. Yep. And he broke and he can't get up in the world because he's trying to be committed and love you. And I ain't the one that said it. These women said it prior to me. So if you just joined in the show, you need to rewind it. The women were saying this. All right. The women were saying this about women in relationships. All right. This woman was saying it. Okay. This woman said it. Liability. Right. Just get out of the way. And they always trying to be like, but I can do it. All right. Man, this ain't practice. This ain't practice. I'm better than this. Bitch, make the Popeyes. All right. Get in there and get me the Popeyes. That's what I want you to do. And stop talking. You talking too much. Right. But I want to tell you how smart I am. Just be quiet. All right. Look, man, I ain't got.
Shut up!
Now, when I want you to talk, I'll ask you to talk. Every time she sees me, she's like, I wanted something to say. I have a rule in my house. Every time you see me, that doesn't mean I want to talk to you. Right? Just because you see me here doesn't mean I'm available to listen. Right? So motherfuckers be like, you know, soon as she see me walk in the door, hi, no. I know you see me, but my ears are closed. All right. This ain't the time to talk. This ain't the time to dump. I know you excited, but I don't smell no pot pies cooking. I need to decompress, baby. Shout out to No Government Name SD says, Coach, I saw a mother with 2 baby daddies talking on social media about how broke she is. And also talking about her standards for men. He says, what could a woman with 2 kids and no money help a man with? Ask yourself, what could you help a man with? I'm going to just go date a rich man. But you broke. Like you need him to pay your Uber to meet him. Like, where do you think you can contribute to a rich guy? You can't even help a broke guy. You just going to go right up there. I'm going to just date men that got more money and better guys and better. But you broke. Like if he said, meet me at the airport, we going right now to Costa Rica. You couldn't even make the trip. Without an extra fucking notice right here. You couldn't even make the trip. Like you would be like, damn, I got to get a babysitter. I got a place to put my 3 dogs. I got school. I got work. I start a new job next week. You can't help her. You a liability, a massive one. Bitch, you right now behind on bills. You're behind on bills right now. Like there's bills right now you're behind on. How the fuck you gonna just date a richer guy and that solves your problem? You're gonna mess this guy up. Shout out to our brother. He also says, thank you for all the knowledge given on the show. At one point, I was going to have to sue someone over a real estate issue. Your show talked so much about the court system, I decided it wasn't even enough money to get the government involved. Yeah, man. Sometimes, you know, these people punk you and you be like, hey, man, just pay it and move on. Even the Bible even talks about that. Pay off these debts, pay off your things that are just move on. All right, shout out to Cam. We got Cam in the building. Shout out to you, the dictator. We still love him after the breakup. So that does show that there's still some love there. Scope says, Coach, look up Korean Telegram AI scandal. He says right here, do you think AI will replace OnlyFans? OnlyFans girls, I heard, are talking about it. They're talking about it. It's an issue. And I do see AI photos popping up, like crazy bizarre ones. I normally see them on Pinterest because I do my vision board on Pinterest. So I see some crazy AI, like women like bodybuilders and shit, like really swole and cut. And I'm like, in their videos. So in that case, yeah, it could be a possibility. It's weird. I mean, shit is weird going on with the AI. But will it replace OnlyFans? I don't know. It could. It could. I mean, you know, anything's possible at this point. I mean, let's get to the next segment. All right, if you're just joining me, please look at the conversation being had. All right, it is very important because I've been breaking this down. I've been on fire cooking for the last hour. I've been cooking. If you just joining us and you're wondering what's going on, please know that I have cooked with hot fish grease. Okay, I have proven my point. I saw some simp come in talking about this title is sad. All right, this title is sad. Again, emotion. A lot of men can't deal with emotion properly. Okay. A lot of men can't deal with emotion properly. They start talking like they mama. This title is sad. And what does that mean? Are you a man or a little boy? Let's be men out here. We don't deal with emotions like that. We don't just address shit with, well, this title is sad. All right, I've proven my point over and over again. All right, but I've been cooking. You emotional Negroes. The black man is an emotional Negro. I mean, y'all some emotional men. All right, I don't know what's going on with y'all men. All right, but men are not men anymore. And despite the fact that you hear these women trying to compete with you as a man, this should disgust you to the core. They're not there to compete with you. They're not even there to be equal partners. If you believe this, you guys are crazy. All right, and that is not to belittle them. That is not to mean that what they are saying, they cannot be a contributor. I'm not saying that. But they're not your equals on any simple way. We're Superman. Guys, we're Superman compared to them. Now, if you don't believe this, I don't know what to tell you. And black men, you guys got melanin. So you motherfucking the planet Superman. Right? If I'm not mistaken, Superman's based off a black man. All right, but you're the planet Superman with all that melanin. And you goofballs are some of the most emotional, unstable, sensitive, single mother raised son husbands that I could ever see. All right, you guys refuse to stand on your square. And even when I cook with this hot fish grease, you bring bitch assness in here. You always find a way to bring bitch assness in here. And it's a disgrace because really, women want men. Now, these toxic women that you continue to breed with in these 304s and these strags that you shouldn't breed with, and they got 3 men breeding with them, you're the problem by breeding with these strags and these skeezers. And then they continue to bring in more toxic children and raise some of the most ridiculous contributors to our society, which are nothing but criminals and convicts in future court cases. All right, but at the end of the day, they bring in weak men like you who refuse to stand on your square. But you're Superman in comparison to most people here on this planet. You got you picked the long straw. You guys won the genetic lottery by being born a male in many ways. And you come in here and you bow down and kowtow to these women as if they have power over you, and they don't. You're Superman. You're a superhuman being in comparison to them, and this benefits them. If they don't see it, don't let them see it. All right, I'm not trying to convince them, but I'm Superman. I'm super stronger. I'm faster. I certainly have greater reaction speed. Okay. Most of the time, I can be able to do things and do things without having a mental breakdown, crashing out, feeling like they depressed. All right, I'm able to overcome these things. I'm built like that. I got strong shoulders. And the women that know, they know. The women that know, they know. The women that trying to wrestle with this and find a way around this, you evil, rebellious Jezebel, go somewhere. Go somewhere. You're not me. I'm Superman. There ain't shit you could do. You can talk. You can bump your gums. I can talk way better than you at the end of the day and I can string sentences together that make sense and that are coherent way better than you. I'm an elite individual. I'm an elite individual. You, on the other hand, all you can do is talk. But when it comes to picking up a box off the floor and moving furniture across the room, you seem to have a failure there because you're not a man. You then have to summons up some supermen, some super slaves, and super simps to even complete the task, and that's okay. You have a deficiency here, and you can make best use of me, not try to compete with me, but you can't. You can't. I can get on this internet without doing makeup and hair. You can't. I can jump on here and then do an impromptu stream any day of the week without putting on a wig. All right, so that's how elite I am. Now, for the men, I'm not even trying to demean the women. I'm saying these women in this situation that need Superman. I can make more money than you any day of the week. I can keep doing what I need to do without stopping to bleed 5 to 6 days a month. I'm Superman. And I believe I am. Okay? It doesn't demean them, but these super simps, these super seance simps, and these Captain Save-A-Holes, and these these sensitive men, you guys don't realize you superpowers. Ninja, this is crazy. Right? Y'all wild out here with your sensitive asses. Oh, this is sad. I'm going to need hope. Sensitive men. Absolutely disgrace not making best use of your testosterone. These men are ridiculously terrible. And I'm not here to pander and wipe your asses. I think you guys are a disgrace. In my opinion, you're a flat out disgrace. Can't show your face, talk shit on the internet, ass ninjas. You guys are a disgrace. Okay? You guys are a disgrace. All right? Look, more emotion. All right? Shout out to you. All right? Anytime you address me and then you got to describe what I'm doing with an emotion, I got to block you. I got to block you. We don't do this here. I'm talking to the men. You goofy ass men. I'm not talking to the women. I'm talking to the men. And when it comes to this shit, we deal with a hierarchy in the manhood. If you a slave ass ninja, just be a slave. Keep your mouth shut ass ninja. If you a super simp and a beta male, just keep your mouth shut ass ninja. Okay? Don't come in here trying to lob emotions at me. All right? Blocked. Okay? I want you to listen. You untrained, uncouth, fatherless ass ninjas. You non-men, you non-ball having ass, cuffing your balls, you no hair on your chest, you no beard connecting ass men. Now, do I hate men? Do I hate men now? All right, because I'm talking to you. You Mitch ass men. I'm talking to you. Okay, now, because I'm talking to you, do I hate men? Well, just because I'm talking about women don't mean I hate them. Okay, but we need order around here. You know, push up. You can't even make 20 push-up ass men. Now, do I hate men? Because you guys are the problems. You guys you haven't stood on your square. You haven't become the man you need to be, that you were designed and blessed to be. You become less than a man. You know, beard connecting ass men. I mean, this is the problem. Because when I start talking like this, you went, but what about the men? Well, what about you, man? You less than a man. You half a man. These half a men out here can't even stand up. Unreal. Just because I talk about you don't mean I don't like you. All right? But mostly I don't like y'all anyway, just to be honest with you. Belly fat having ass, cortisol, belly fat having ass men. You ninjas can't walk up a flight of stairs ass men without breathing hard ass men. All right, come on, bruh. Can't do 20 jumping jacks. You can't even do jump rope ass men. All right, jump rope. All right, you want to talk? Go jump some rope. All right, everything that men need to do doesn't revolve around intelligence. Physicality is the thing. And in fact, it is not until recent that you can actually be smarter and then actually be perceived as a better man. Ninja, you had to always actually have to prove yourself with physicality. Now, if you want to take that off the table, you soy boy ass tech ass ninjas. All right, just because you can type on the keyboard and program computers, you want to come in here and say physicality doesn't matter. Well, two things matter with men: money and physicality. That's number one, and that don't mean fighting. But we're going to have to do some push-ups, ninja. We're going to have to swim some laps. We're going to have to run. We're going to have to do something, ninja. Jump some rope. Okay, you're going to have to prove yourself. And physicality is how men prove themselves. And that will never go away. I don't care how many of you keyboard warriors jump on here and you soul boy, bird-chested ass ninjas come on here and think that's going to prove you to be a man. We're not talking about fighting, but physicality is important. You know, jumping jack ass ninjas. When you jumping jack, you put your arms down and your legs are open, jumping jack ass ninja. Pea sitting down, tampon string ass ninja. All right. You can't even get your coordination for jumping jacks, but you got so much to say. Bruh, get your jumping jacks in order before you come talk to me. Okay. Now, do I hate men? I hate what men have become. Ninja, you a pirate's dream, sucking chest ass men. I can't tell if you men want to be men or you guys want to be women today. Like, what are we doing? Oh my goodness. But you got so much to say. I don't got time for you men. You guys are operating in the spirit of weakness. And you scared when I'm talking. Goodness. All right, Jesus. Oh, you guys, you're being too hard on the women. Okay, I'll be hard on you. I'll be hard on the men. I'll do this all day long. It ain't like I can't be hard on men. I can be hard on you, but you guys are super sensitive. I see more women sitting up in here listening. They never say shit. They just sit in here and listen because they finally see a real man. You bird-chested ass ninjas. Soon as I start talking about you, coach, you hard on us. If you don't sit your monkey ass down, all right, I ain't got no time for you no jumping jack uncoordinated ass ninjas. You know balance and agility ass ninjas. All right, you can't even run a mile ass ninjas under what? 6 minute ass ninjas. I ain't got time for these. Talking about I'm going hard on the women. Do you want me to talk about you? I can talk about you ninjas all day long.
That's you.
You stinky socks ass ninja. Okay? You 6 months old tennis shoes wearing ass ninja. You know belt having ass ninjas, sagging pants ass ninjas. All right, you want me to talk about you? I can talk about you ninjas all day. I can make a whole channel talking about the state of men. And I bet you I get more support for my channel talking about you bird-chested ass, no beer connecting, shaggy, 2 hairs underneath the chin ass ninjas. I can talk about you all day. And I can make a whole bunch of money talking about you. Them women gonna come out of the woodworks, and you can't blame me because they'll put money in my pocket to talk about you raggedy ass, no manicured ass, having ass ninjas. All right, dirty nail, stinky toe ass ninjas. All right. All right, and then y'all be like, coach, hate men ass ninjas. Yes, I do. I hate y'all. All right, now I see women in here taking it. They come in here every day and take it on the chin. You on the other hand, you dope fiend, dope weed smoking, gold chain, gold teeth, fried chicken, and biscuit eating ass sucker ass ninjas. All right, you guys can't take it for 2 seconds. All right, ashy lip, running gang, crooked ass teeth, placking your teeth ass ninja, still live in your mama house ass ninja. All right, if you don't get nowhere with no driver license having ass ninja, no driver's license, no bank account ass ninja. You need to cash your check at the Western Union ass ninjas. Come on, bruh. I want to get free pussy and I want the love of my life, but ain't got no job ass ninja. Come on, bruh. Now, do I hate men now? Look at them. They scrambling. You sneako watching ass ninjas. You fresh and fit ass watching ass ninjas. You. Yeah. You Andrew Tate watching ass ninjas. Thinking you gonna get a Bugatti tomorrow ass ninja. Now what? Now what? You see, y'all can't take it. Women should love me and be loyal and only have sex with me and be a virgin ass ninja, as if this is 1986. All right, come on, brothers. We need hope ass ninjas. You coach is a cope ass ninja. All right, coach is a grifter ass ninja. That's you. Expired tags ass ninja. You ain't got no car registration. Nothing. Ain't got nothing to your name. You don't own nothing. Ass ninja. You co-sleep with your mama ass ninja. All right, please. Man, let them ninjas go, man. I've been trying to get rid of y'all sensitive men for a long time, but you stay in here staying because you know I'm right. Unbelievable, man. Look. Yep, no tools having ass ninja. You fix your screws with butter knife ass ninjas. You smoke detector beeping ass, no 9-volt battery having ass ninjas. Like, come on, brothers. Popcorn on the ceiling ass ninjas. Bars on your window ass ninja. Your baby mama put you on $300 of child support ass ninja. All right. Come on, man. Got time for you crying. You wish Kevin Samuels was alive, ass ninja. All right, come on, bro. Kevin Samuels was going to save us, ass ninja. Now, what we going to do if Kevin Samuels ain't here, ass ninja? Come on, bro. I can do this all day. Ninja watching ass ninja ain't never donated a dime to CGA ass ninja in 7 years, ass ninja. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous, bro. You guys can't go. You can't go on like this. We need a savior, ass ninja. All right, we need a man to save us. Joe Rogan go save us, ass ninja. Donald Trump go save us. All right, Alex Jones gonna save us. The red pill gonna save us. None of it. None of it. Let's get to this part of the show because I got something to do. And you know what it is, all right? It's Tuesday. I got a Gordita coming through. All right, here we go right here. Men are more loyal. Why men are more loyal? I want you to listen to these women. Sometimes a broken clock is right twice a day at least. This woman is answering the question, are men or women more loyal? Here we go.
More loyal, men or women?
I think men if they are in love. Yeah.
Why do you think so?
Because women often are searching for missing things in their life in other men's. And if men are in love, they're giving everything to women.
Who are more loyal, men or women?
I think men if they are in love. Yeah.
Why do you think so?
Because women often are searching for missing things in their life in other men's.
Listen to this woman. And by the way, when you hear Europeans talk, especially Europeans and Germans, when you hear German women talk or some Austrian bitches, they mostly got kicking the real. All right. They most of the time kicking the real, especially if they talking about something scientific or medicine. All right. So when they're talking about something, they more going to keep it real because look, she ain't got a stitch of makeup on. All right. This is how the old Europeans used to be. They used to come out hair underneath their armpit, booty hole stinking. They don't care. Coming out. Rusted breath, no makeup, no lip glop, no nothing, no eyelashes, barely an eyelash on there. She certainly not got no bottom eyelash. Her hair ain't done. It's just slicked back in the ponytail. All right, I had a Swedish roommate like that. All right, she was just basic woman. And she looked good, too. She looked good. She was just a plain Jane. All right, now it's a little bit different now. Now that everybody got Instagram, it's a little bit different. But European women be like that back in the day. They just come out just like this, right? And still look decent. But listen to what she said. This is absolutely the truth. Yep. Peace sleeve, got hair on it, all of that. A bush. You know she got a bush. All right, anyway.
And if men are in love, they're giving everything to women.
If men are in love, they give everything to women. So she says men are more loyal, especially if they're in love. Now, people are going to talk about cheating. Well, men cheat. Well, we told you, men and women cheat about at the same rate. I showed you. Now, men do cheat more, typically reported cheating between 30 and 60. All right, but from 18, or really probably before that, 18 to 30, women cheat more. Then when you get to 60 and 70, when you're impotent, all right, you can't get it up. You're probably disinterested in banging a 60-year-old woman. Well, 60-year-old women got to go cheat on their husband, and he's going to the junior college. All right. But there it is right there. She's saying because men give up more. Remember, this woman said the same thing right here. Women are liabilities. If a man's in love, it says right here, when men fall in love, they gain a liability. This is what she said. Then she ended up saying, the woman is looking for somebody to complete them. They're broken. Remember, I talked about that earlier. Their baggage. They're bringing in baggage, broken relationships, broken hearts, and stuff like that. You just want her to love you. You accept her with all her flaws. Then you have one flaw. She skedaddles. All right? She don't like one thing about you. All of a sudden, she's not happy and she destroying. So there it is right here. Okay, listen again.
Who are more loyal, men or women?
I think men if they are in love.
All right, so I think men if they're in love. All right, so now if the men are not in love, okay, yes, there's no loyalty there. All right, but if he's straight up, you know, hey, I do love you, but you're not the only one I'm going to have sex with. That's where women jump off the train. They want this monogamous thing going on. I get it. But loyalty does not just include cheating. All right, but that's continue here.
Yeah.
Why do you think so?
Because women often are searching
Right
for missing things in
Yep, there it is. They're often searching for missing things in their lives. That's what this woman said when we were talking about trust and loyalty. The woman's a liability. She's broken. He's there to fix, provide, think for, stick their neck out for, stuff like that. That's where she's getting that from. She's looking to complete something that she's missing. He's normally just missing her. All right, the woman. I'm looking to add her to my collection. I'm looking to add her to my family. I'm looking to add. She's looking to add something that she's missing. And most of the time, it ain't the man. It's whatever he provides. All right, I'm missing that. This is when women say, I'm going to go get me a rich man. Oh, okay, well, you got men right here. All right, you just now looking to add a better financial position man, a.k.a. you're looking to be a bigger liability right there. When women fall in love, they find rest. They're looking for rest. I'm tired out here. I'm tired of riding the bus. I'm tired of living in this neighborhood. I'm tired of taking care of all these bills. She's looking for rest when she finds a man. This is what this woman said, not me. When women find a man, they find rest. And unless he starts sneaking around on her. When men find love, they gain a liability. This is what she's talking about. Right here.
their life and other men's. And if men are in love, they're giving everything to
everything. I gave you everything, and it's still not enough. I gave you everything I could. I had $5. I gave you all 5 of it. Not enough. Okay, but a millionaire can give her $5, and it's not everything. And she'll say, "Good, I got $5 from him." Where she had to pull $5 from you. I actually made that comparison once. Where if I have $100,000 and I could give you access to $100,000, I'm giving you everything. I'm proving my loyalty and faith. I'm proving that I'm supporting you. But that's not enough. She's like, I want a guy that has $1 million. Well, that guy that has $1 million is not giving you $1 million. He's going to give you $110,000. Now, to you, you're going to be like, see, I didn't even have to take the $110,000 from him. He gave me $110,000, no problem. But he got $1 million. So does it mean anything that he gave you $110,000? I mean, it means something on principle, but does it really mean anything? He didn't have to give up very much. He just was like, well, here. Now, what means more? The man that struggled to give you that, or the man that can easily give you that? The women have to answer that question. If the man easily giving you that is better for you, that proves what this woman's saying. Men are more loyal. Men are more. We're not here on conditions. We're here creating the conditions. Women are loyal to the resources or whatever it is that she's loyal to. So it's that men. She's absolutely right. So she's not in love. She never was in love. She was there for whatever it was. Then when that didn't serve her anymore, she bounced. Okay, let's continue to this woman right here. This woman right here, looking like a beardless. A beardless CGA. All right, music in the background. Let's go.
You still self-sabotage with
romantic relationships. When someone is trying to get close to me, I will immediately start to feel suffocated. Like I need to find something wrong with you so that you don't get too close. Even if I want you to get close, part of me doesn't want to be vulnerable because vulnerability means being exposed. It's a feeling of, if you really get to know me, you might abandon me. There is still those sort of traces from childhood that have that voice that say, if I really let you in and you actually get to know me, you might abandon me. So what I need to do, I need to find a way to get in there first and abandon you before you abandon me.
Listen, gentlemen, I'm here to try to make this as very clear as possible. Men are not complicated. We're very easy. Which means, in effect, when women make these relationships complicated, it's on them. So they're coming in with all the baggage. They're coming in with all the shit that they passed, the party time, the fun friends, the skeezers, the reckless night, the sleepless nights, the STIs, the body counts, the babies, the past relationships, the trauma, the hurt. They're the ones coming in with it. And they bring it in. Men typically be like, hey, yeah, I don't care about none of that. It's you that I love. And then she runs around here and starts to self-sabotage based on her trauma that leads back to her childhood, talking about, I got abandonment issues and I'm going to abandon him before he abandons me. And then they call you hurt and bitter. Right? They call you hurt and bitter. They think they call you having trauma. This is why they all think men should get counseling for their trauma, because they're the ones that bring trauma. They bring trauma in. It never leaves them. So they have always this sense that everybody needs to work through this trauma. And they're the ones, we get over the shit. We just be like, okay, there ain't nothing I can do about it. All right, I got to march forward. You know why? Because we still got to support. We still have a duty. We still have to pay for dates. We still have all these measurements that we have to reach for. We still got to make 6 figures. We still have to do all these things. So we don't have time to sit here and unpack shit from our high school years. All right, when you got bullied because you were too skinny and you look like a pubic hair. All right, we don't have time to sit around doing this because we have a duty to perform. Nobody's going to sit around and say, well, I get it. Okay, you're unpacking your trauma now. I'll pay all the bills. Nobody's going to do that. Nobody's going to do that. So here's these things, man. I'm telling you, these things, I'm telling you, man, people are coming in. They can't control it. Romantic relationships. When someone's trying to get close, I immediately start to feel suffocated. Do we have this issue? The only issue we have is post-nut clarity. All right, so we do feel suffocated, especially when, ladies, let me just tell you, you coming in and using men as an emotional tampon, it's a disgrace. You guys are violators of this. You guys violate this more than anything, and some weak-ass men you do too. So when you get a guy and you're interested, the first thing you do is trauma dump. And then you trauma dump about your day. How was your day? Oh, man, I had these bitches at work. Oh, my God. Nobody wants to hear that shit. You really don't know your role, do you? I'm not your therapist. I'm not your soundboard. I'm not your emotional tampon. But these people right here, then they self-sabotage. So when you don't want to listen to their shit, then they self-sabotage. Well, you don't want to believe in me and listen to me. Your job is to listen to me. No, it's not. My job is not to listen to you with your bullshit. Go fix your shit. And probably get rid of all them bags that you're bringing in. So when you get too close, everyone I want to get close to, it says right here, she wants to be vulnerable. Means she's being exposed. Again, I want you to listen to me. I'm being exposed and I'm opening up to you. All right. So yeah, man, I have this feeling you're going to leave me and abandon me. Ugh. All right. Here's $200. Go somewhere, please. And then they find the guy that listened to them at work. And my husband doesn't listen to me. All right. I'm going to fuck you in the back room. All right. Because he doesn't listen to me. I just want him to hold me and hug me. Hey, lady, come on over. Let me hold you and hug you. Come here. Hold me now. Oh, hold my heart. You want me to hold you? Come here. Come here. Let me hold you. Come here. Stay with me. Let loving start. All right. Did I hold you enough? All right. Open those legs up. Here we go. All right. These people are goofy. We have another self-sabotager right here.
Last year went
guys, man, this is crazy. We got another
last year went viral.
Okay, Jesus, stop talking over me. Stop talking over me. All right, we have another self-sabotager.
For a video where I said the reason you self-sabotage is because it allows you to predict what's going to happen, which gives you an illusion of control over your pain. And I just listened to something that says that same message in a different way that I think is really valuable. And this came from, I believe his name's Julian. I've seen him on my TikTok before. He's like a confidence coach. And he says a lot of the time, self-sabotage isn't that you're screwing yourself over. It's that you're getting what you want. You're just not always aware of the part of you that wanted it.
By the way, have you ever heard of this self-sabotage? Again, remember, men are more loyal than women. I mean, because look, if you got women running around here talking about their self-sabotaging, I mean, I've never heard of this. I have heard about this before, not in this context. Okay. But we're talking about loyalty and men being faithful and loyal and who actually loves. And here they come. Self-sabotage. Bruh. Like, this is incredible. All right, that's a bad pause position right there. What happened to my comments? For some reason, I can't click on the comments. Even when I click on it, the comments don't show up down here. Am I not signed in? I'm signed in. I want to read the comments. Dude, I'm telling you, man, they be wrestling with themselves. They be wrestling. Guys, I'm going to tell you, man, like we're simple creatures. We think like, okay, I'm hungry. How do I fix that? Should I drive somewhere, order Uber Eats, or make something? All right, looks like I'm driving somewhere. I'm eating now. I must get back to work. Then you go, all right, there's this much money in the account. I guess I won't overspend this week. All right, I better go to work. Maybe pick up a second job. Maybe I'll drop off Uber. We are simpletons. We're simpletons. I have past trauma and insecurities. How do I deal with it? Perhaps I won't deal with another person. I'll just deal with myself. All right. Perhaps I'll break up with this girl who's been disrespecting me for the last 3 years. We're NPCs. We're very simple. Now, you do have some emotional ninjas out here, all right, that takes out all of their issues on women. They do exist. Most of the times they sag their pants aggressively. All right. And they're mostly single mother raised men who have not woke up to be a man. So they do take out their issues on women all the time. And women tell us all the time, oh, these are no good ninjas out here. Well, that says more about you than them, but that's neither here nor there. Perhaps I'll go exercise. This is us. Them, on the other hand, I'm going to self-sabotage. And I'm going to come in and then I'm going to self-sabotage. And then, you know, when women sit around thinking, they think about 80 things. 80 things in the 2 minutes. All right, should I do this? Should I text him? Okay, what if I text him, he doesn't respond back? And if I do text him and he responds back too fast, then I'm not going to like it. He must not be doing something. All right, but if I do text him and he doesn't respond back, that means he's doing something that I probably don't like. All right, perhaps I need some new titties. Maybe I don't like my titties. I do like my titties. My titties are sexy. All right, my ass is flabby, but it wiggles and jiggles. Perhaps I'll put it on the internet and make some money. No, they'll think I'm a whore. All right, so I can't do that. My family will find out. Maybe I'll do it and I'll put a ski mask on. All right, yes, all right, my makeup palette needs to be updated. I need to watch a makeup video. Oh, I wonder how she did her hair. Let me watch a hair video. Okay, oh, she does have nice teeth. Let me watch a teeth video. I like music. All right. I love Beyonce. She's Sasha Fierce. I want to play her country album. You know, they told her she didn't get any country nominees. All right. That must be racism. Perhaps I'll be an activist. I'll organize people and I'll do a campaign over country music and racism against black women. Yes, I will. Oh, look, there's Drake. Does he have a new music over there? Oh, I like Drake. Does he have concert coming in? I think I'm going to go to Drake's concert. Oh, someone's calling me. Oh, there's 50 text messages in my phone. Oh, okay. All right. Perhaps I'll just answer the ones I want to answer at this particular time. Oh, I cracked a nail. Oh, my goodness. All right, man. Am I going to be able to go in there and get my nails done? I don't know. Oh, is my screen cracked? Oh, my gosh. I remember when I was in high school, I was traumatized by somebody who told me I had ugly nails. All right. Perhaps I need to go to my therapist. All right. Kamala Harris is running. She's a black woman, and anybody that doesn't think she's black, well, they're racist against her. And her name is Kamala. All right. And Kamala, all right, nobody's ever shot at her. All right. They're shooting at Donald Trump. All day long. All day long. Oh, I'm supposed to meet somebody for a date. Oh, my gosh. All right. Perhaps I'll text them now. Are you there? Oh, I totally forgot. I'm sorry. All right, yes. Can we get together at another time? Oh, that's so mean. Oh my God, you didn't have to be so mean. I totally forgot about the date. I'm sorry you're there waiting for me. Oh, these guys are nothing else. Let me get on Twitter and perhaps tweet about this. All right, these guys are totally reckless, totally abusive. All right, I didn't meet this guy at the time I did schedule with him. I totally forgot, and he ruined this entire day, but I don't care. I'm more important. All day, 50, 11 thoughts running through their head. Insecurities, false confidence, bravado. I'm Captain Marvel. I can pick up a sofa over my head. Let me go try. Oh my God, I have a slip disc in my back. Oh my God, is there a marijuana dispensary anywhere around here? All right. Perhaps I'll pick up some gemstones and some marijuana while I'm here, but I did hurt my back. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna need a massage. I'll call into work late tomorrow. All right, when they're expecting me. Oh, I totally forgot to call into work. So I was 40 minutes late. So, I mean, don't you understand? I slipped my disc in my... Oh, my goodness. All right, the self-sabotage lady real quick, and then we'll wrap it up. Here we go right here.
Now, with my clients, I ask themselves the question, where do you benefit from staying exactly the same? Even if they're coming to me being like, my life sucks, I hate everything about my life, I'm like, where do you benefit from keeping your life exactly the way that it is? Because believe it or not, the wounded parts of ourselves gain something from being wounded, from feeling wounded. And I'm going to explain why that is.
Yeah, Jesus. Man, ladies, do you hear this? Do you hear this? This is what we listen to. This is what y'all sound like to us. This is what y'all sound like to us. Yeah. Is it making sense now? It's annoying, isn't it?
Wanted it. Now, with my clients, I ask themselves the question, where do you benefit from staying exactly the same? Even if they're coming to me being like, my life sucks, I hate everything about my life, I'm like, where do you benefit from keeping your life exactly the way that it is? Because believe it or not, the wounded parts of ourselves gain something from being wounded, from feeling wounded. And I'm going to explain why that is. We self-sabotage to keep ourselves congruent with our comfort zone. And comfort doesn't mean pleasant, comfort means known. So your comfort zone is your known zone. These are things like your core identity, your core beliefs. And the reason why so many people feel stuck and identify with their stuckness is because a lot of people's comfort zones are hell. They're anxiety, they're depression, but they're what's known. But this really changes everything because self-sabotage no longer means I hate myself. It means I'm trying to protect myself. So let me get curious about the part of me that wants to self-protect, that feels unsafe in this moment, so that I'm no longer sabotaging myself when I am seeking to up-level in my life.
She said a whole... Brothers. What did she even say? I mean, I know she said something, but what...
Says that same message.
Stop interrupting me. What was even the point? All right. Shout out to the No Government Aim SD says, Coach, why did you call that lady a beardless CGA? I'm in tears. All right, that's my sister right there. Shout out to her, the beardless CGA. That's what I would look like without a beard, I suppose. Yeah, that's what I would look like without a beard. Shout out to her. All right, yes, indeed. Shout out to our the Dark Side Foundation. Black men of my generation are so soft, it's sad and humiliating. There are so many opportunities to get leverage. So many. He says, white people are fumbling the bag. They're the ones and the only ones I see in the streets begging. He says the window to success is closing, gentlemen. We're heading into socialism, and we're heading into it. I mean, and most of us are going to get it. This election, if they win, we're going to get it faster. If they don't, eventually we're still going to get it. Shout out to El Santo, ex-coworker with a nice rack, ask for money for rent.
Your rent's due, motherfucker.
These girls are broke, Coach. Goat, rent is due.
Your rent's due, motherfucker.
Brothers, this shit is happening, bruh. Do y'all think I'm off base on anything? I be hitting the nail on the head. And y'all can be mad, but I'm hitting the nail on the head out here, bro. We are in some real crazy times. And y'all just ignoring it. Shout out to our brother YT equals Mr. West. This one is a classic, coach. Thank you, man. Shout out to you. And it is Malik. Shout out to Malik. I think that's your name. Cook these ninjas, coach. They need to be cooked. All right. Marquis says Sharon drinks ass ninja. Sharon drink ass ninjas. That you said something else. Shout out to you, Sharon drinks ass ninja. Hey, let me hold something, ass ninja. Shout out to Cam doubling up. Appreciate you. G Money, you talked that ish on earlier. He said you talked that shit on bonnets earlier. Shout out to you, Levels. All right. Women love instructions. This is where we talk about the JUCO and women. This is why I believe age gaps are important, because women got leverage over you on the age gaps. That's why they convince you into partners. If you don't do an age gap, the woman's competing with you. And I never deal with competitive women. Like, you can compete out in the world, but never compete with CGA. All right, because I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna go for the win. I'm going for the jugular. So I don't like competitive women. This is why when you deal with younger women, they want instructions. They want instructions. They want to be motivated. They want more. Women that are your age, they're constantly like, well, I got better grades than you. I was doing this more than you. I went on more trips than you. And they're always competing with you in some form or fashion. Now, I don't think I'm intimidated by them competing, but they're not competing fairly. They're not competing fairly. Meaning, when I say that, this is what I mean. They're not competing fairly. They're using their experiences in life and measuring them against yours. Now, you had one hand behind your back. Anytime you had to get an experience, you had to provide for the experience as a man. So anytime you wanted to get on a boat, you had to own a boat or know somebody that owned a boat. Every time you wanted to go to a restaurant, you had to pay for the meal. Every time you went on a vacation, you had to pay for it. Every time you did something, every time you looked at something you bought, every job you got, you had to beat all the DEI hires, all the women, the minorities, the wheelchair, the disability, the gay people. As a man, you had to beat everybody. You had to be that much better. And if you were a black man, you had to beat the white men and the Indian men and the Persian men. If you're a black man in a corporate setting, you have to beat the gauntlet. You have to run the gauntlet to get the job, or you're a DEI hire. As a woman, you're just plugged in there. Oh, she's a woman and she's gay, bisexual, and she's black. Plugged in, DEI. So they're competing, and you got two hands tied behind your back. And they're black. And I've been to France. I've been to Persia. They start telling you all the shit that they did. Meanwhile, their father paid for it. They paid through it for PPP loan. They went on a corporate trip because the corporation was like, we need to take one of the DEI women. That's how she flies on planes and private planes. That's how she flies on private planes. She ain't got one. That's how she gets on boats. She had to fuck somebody that owned the boat or know somebody that fucking somebody that owned the boat. Like, that's not a proper way to compete against men, so that when you're same age, she looks at you. You haven't been to these countries. You haven't been to these restaurants. You have no experience. And you're like, well, you went to Dubai and got dookied on. You went to Dubai, or you went to Cancun or Tulum and a man paid for it. Like, that's the bullshit.
I've flown myself to Paris. I've done Greece. I've island hopped. I've done all of that.
When you went to Disney World, your dad paid for it. Like, come on, bruh. This is not it. No. But women like instructions. That was my main point. And so you're dealing with women that are dealing with people that are not giving women instruction. Soon as they find a guy that's capable of doing that, they will latch on like a baby latches on to a titty. All right, they will latch on to your ass because women need help out here. All right, they need help. So
your rent's due, motherfucker.
This is why the JUCO is litty, because it's not just for the sex and the money. It is for the ability to get behind a man that's masculine. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. All right, but y'all can deal with that shit later. We got our brother here. No government name, from the DMW. He says, Coach, are you going to talk about, Coach got to talk about his ex. Reminded me of Ice Cube. Dropped 4 ninjas. Now I'm making all the dough. Drop 4 niggas. Now I'm making all the dough. For real, man. And I love it. Shout out to Cali West. Charleston White told Cam Newton there is no way someone could be married for 40 years and have assaulted each other. He says he then said black people are too emotional and don't focus on the truth. I mean, I'm with Charleston White. And by the way, black people were chosen to be slaves because of that reason, right? They could not reason. Everybody the white man tried to enslave, fought them. Right? They fought them. They tried to enslave the Irish, and them Irish people was like, hell no. I ain't doing it. Fuck that. All right, nope, I want a contract. They tried to enslave the Indians, and they was like, no. Right? That ain't gonna happen. They tried to enslave the poor whites. They was like, fuck it. They tried to enslave the Chinese. They was like, no. Ching chong. No. They enslaved the Negroes, and y'all took it. And y'all latched on it to it like a baby latches onto a titty. You went to the goddamn sunken place. All right. So they used that fact. Oh, pour me on my 400 years later. He says, first time I disagree with Coach. I don't know what you disagreeing with. Open a history book. What you want to talk about it? They tried to enslave everybody. It wasn't about race. They was trying to enslave somebody. All right. And they was like, let's go over to Africa and get them. They know how to do it. All right. Anyway. But y'all too emotional. And y'all don't fight. Y'all just wait for them to help you. You wait for your master to help you. Shout out to no government name. CGA is so elite that he has hate watchers that still watch him to steal his ideas because they know CGA is the one-man show. They need to acknowledge the kingmaker. He says the Taliban is an example of true masculinity, but Mitches will think shaming works on men. For real. Shaming works on men. He says Africa was making money off y'all ninjas, so it is what it is. LL is in the building. Appreciate you, sir. We'll give you a co-sponsorship.
I'm rich, bitch.
Ko-Fi supporter says scared to call maintenance because you ain't paid rent, ass ninjas. For real.
Your rent's due, motherfucker.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right, you ain't paid your rent. All right, but something goes down. I can't call maintenance. I'm behind on rent. Shout out to no government name. Coach needs to make a channel to roast these Mitches ASAP. You'll make way more money doing that and helping these. Then he says that. Then helping these coochie commies, you'll get 1 million subs in under 3 years. Mitchell, see, Coach Griff Adams don't care about men's mental health. I'm for real. I'm for real, brothers. I mean, I've been trying to stand in to fight for men. And dude, it's lucrative, but I guarantee you, if I switched up, it would be way more lucrative. And there's a lot of shit that I can do, bro. There's a lot of content. It's a lot of content, but that's where men is. Men don't invest. They don't invest for the people that support them. They watch them die and don't investigate or become inquisitive. I mean, please. Women support. Women put support, and they put your trick ass money and support Kendra G and all of them. All right, they do. And listen, you don't have to feel sorry for me, but that's the truth. All right, you think men need help, so you shouldn't be charging ass ninjas. All right, so I'm supposed to be up here helping you and you doing nothing. I'm telling you, man, men got it bad. Men got it backwards. And men, you lost this particular agenda war. You lost it. Shout out to Larry C. A small tip for the epic rant tonight. Shout out to you and the Coach Gang. Take me out with the burning up car. Where's the burning car?
Look what she did to my car. Look at this bitch to my car. I can't stand this hoe. I can't stand this bitch.
Yep. And Mitch is to be trying to get me taken down off the internet. All right, no, we need to take him down. We need to stop Coach. All right. All right, shout out to Tranisha. Just because a pick-me agrees with what makes men feel good, it doesn't make her right. Women are more loyal. Look at visitations at men's prisons versus women's prisons. Men divorce wives when they are diagnosed with cancer. Tranisha, stop it. Tranisha.
Silence, you fool.
All right. First of all, that was your evidence? I know you only had so much to type. I appreciate you. Even Tranisha put money behind her. You see that? Even Tranisha put money behind her disagreement. But you in the chat. This the first time I disagree with Coach. Okay, and Ninja, get your fucking typewriter over there. Click the link. Ninja, look, the link is up there. I ain't gonna pay you to disagree. Okay, Tranisha did. Okay, shaming you now. Shaming you. All right, Tranisha says right here, women are more loyal because they visit Pookie in prison. They visit Pookie in prison. That's your Tranisha. All right, what city do you live in, Tranisha? All right. What city? You definitely live in the hood. You live in the hood because, first of all, you're not supposed to be visiting anybody in prison. I hope you know. That's not a good example. Yeah, we got Pookie loyalties. Yeah, she used the Pookie loyalty. I've been telling you they got Pookie Philly out here. Okay. Pookie loyalties. We do have, you live in Inglewood? All right, we do got too much Pookie Philly out here. All right, we're loyal to Pookies, like special ed Pookie ass ninjas. Ninja can't get right ass ninjas. You know, for some reason, that's like they have a, you know, black women have a heart tug to Pookie. All right, Pookie, he ain't never did nothing. He didn't do nothing. All right, Tyreek Hill ass ninjas. I didn't do nothing. Didn't do's. They loyal to Dindus. All right. I didn't do nothing. I wasn't doing a damn thing. Oh, they hit me out here. This is racism, Dindus. They love Dindus. The Pookie Philia and the Pookie loyalty. So you're saying Pookie Philia is the reason why women are more loyal. And Tyreek Hill got out of the car. First thing he said, I didn't do nothing. Didn't do. They love these special ed short bus ass ninjas. Don't bring no pencils to school with ass ninjas. All right, they love these guys. They love them. They can't get rid of them. I feel bad for the Dindus. He didn't do nothing. My baby ain't never hurt nobody. He ain't never hurt nobody. Knew he was selling crack to the whole neighborhood. He had a whole corner pitching. He ain't never hurt nobody. He was a college grad, a young black scholar. All right, okay. Tranisha getting flamed right now. Man, leave that Pookie shit. That doesn't prove loyalty. That proves she's a strag. All right, so anyway. No government name says Western women. A guy called me a 6 instead of a 10. Pops an antidepressant. There's a cute dog licking my face. Grab peanut butter. Yes, indeed. All right. Shout out to our brother, no government name. I heard women say it's not a big deal if women lie about their kids not belonging to a man. If he believes that it's his, send the asteroid. Oh, I mean, that is very, very criminal. All right, very criminal. And he says, I heard Gen Z girls say, I'll just get a man to pay off my debt so I don't have to worry about it. That's why they pursue men, guys. Be on your guard. Women are pursuing you. Most of the time, they're in trouble, financial trouble. Well, guys, I'm here to tell you, you can't deny this. Most of the time, a woman's pursuing you hard. They're in trouble, mostly financially. When they start wanting to get serious, you're going to find out them bitches' lease about to end. They about to get kicked out of their roommate's apartment. Their parents about to kick them out. All right, their lease is about to get short. They're in about, guys, you cannot prove me wrong on this. Soon as they start wanting to get serious, something happening. They got an STI scare. They had to get an abortion from their Chad. The clock is running out. They egg freezers. Something's going on. Yep. They figured out they in debt. They maxed out on their credit cards. This is, dude, you guys got to look into this. And it's humbling when it happens because they won't reveal it immediately. They about to get laid off from their job or they just got laid off. Lease is ending. Lease is ending in 4 months, 3 months. This is a huge fact. This is a fact. This is undeniable. When they start wanting to push and press and get serious, something going on in their lives. You got to figure that shit out. And it's going to be humbling because she's not going to tell you until you commit or get into it. Then you're going to find out something going on here. They car about to go out. They transmission about to start slipping. Right? They got a court case. They child support ain't coming in. Something going on, bruh. And you can't deny this. Yep, they looking for a new job and the jobs ain't hiring her. Need a relationship. This is a fact. When I tell you, man, look, I hate to do this to y'all, but I'm actually killing y'all with these facts. When this is a woman, when women find a man, they find rest. When men find a woman, and fall in love, they gain a liability. All right, this is a ultra facts. Human Resources wrote them up for the 5th time. Time to start finding a man. They bored. Shout out to the Riddler. Coach, in your opinion, what is the legitimate reason not to legalize? What is the legitimate reason for prostitution being illegal? Because it undercuts marriage. So if you want people to marry, prostitution would be in the way. All right. And so men would basically take the shortcut. You know, we take the easy way out. We're simpletons. So most of the time, especially when prostitution became illegal, which is very recent in our history, it was most of the time, it was most of the time legal. All right. But we needed to build our country and build communities and build families. And we were pretty much dominated by the church, and the earlier adopters of feminism wanted to get rid of and legalize prostitution because they thought the women were not being treated fairly, right? They thought the women didn't want to do it. But we've proven that women are choosing to do it. They don't have to do it. They can do whatever they want. Like I showed you a video of the guy that drives up to a couple prostitutes and say, "Hey, how much do you charge?" And she says she says $150. And he says, "Okay, I'll pay you $150 to wash my truck." And she says, "No, I don't want to wash the truck." "Okay, what do you want to do?" "I'll drop that neck." Okay, so they're choosing. I showed you several videos of men doing this, proving they're making a choice. So, but people always look at it as they're a victim. Oh, they're a victim of this and they had to do. No, they're choosing to do it. It's a conscious decision that they're choosing to do this. But other people that are sympathetic think that they're taken advantage of and they don't want to be there. But as Willie D say, let a hoe be a hoe. All right. And as Project Pack says, they don't want to be saved. All right. Don't save them. They want to strip. They want to strip because it's easy, fast money. They want a hoe. They want to sell that box. All right. They want to be out there. They're not a victim. They're volunteers. More than likely, unless they're being trafficked. All right. So unless they're being trafficked. So the reason why it's not legal is it would undercut women. It would undercut women that aren't doing it. Women that want relationships and romantic relationships and dates and shit like this. It would severely undercut them because the majority of men would be at the hoe house. All right, you just be there. Like the men, the incels, the lonely men epidemic. If it was legal, they wouldn't be lonely. They would be over there buying some box. But the fact is they want somebody to love and they want to go through the things they've been programmed to go through. Meet, epiphany, date, like serendipity. That's how they want to do it. They want to do it like that. And then the woman to lie down and give him her soul. So that's what they're waiting on. They're waiting for that and it's not coming. So these men are frustrated. They don't know what to do. If it was legal, they'd be down there getting some box and they meat fixed and they will be back playing video games. Right? So that's the reason it's not legal. Feminism, the earlier adopters of first wave feminism and the church made it illegal in our country. They pushed for it to become illegal. It was already immoral. All right. So the being immoral was already there. Okay. But other than that, did I already read that one? I think I got no government aim. SD says with women getting the same job or opportunities as men, but having men pay for everything, it's amazing how broke they still are. My ex was an anesthesiologist. I paid for every date, but she was still broke. the guy that says, let me see here. He says, then after giving her the money for rent, she ignored my text. So El Santo gave her the money for rent, and then she ignored my text. It's a cold, 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 evil world out here.
It's an evil world we live in.
Yeah. And I told you the story. I read you the story of why the church and feminists got behind illegalizing prostitution. All right. Yeah. Shout out to our brother T. Sean says, little something for the plate. Salute, coach. Shout out to you. And the dictator says, is she really loyal if she is the reason he's locked up? Oh, my goodness. That's actually true. Trinicia, now we know why you keep going down to visit your man in the pen is because he's locked up. You got him locked up. That's actually true. Oh, man. Yo. Oh, man, that's a cold. Y'all cold for that. Yep, you down there visit him because the reason he in there is you put him up in there. Oh, Lord. Shout out to Mike D says, women self-sabotage because they gain a sick sense of pleasure out of it. It leads to trauma dumping, which leads to attention, which is their currency. Like Coach said, you can love them or understand them, but you can't do both. Free agent lifestyle for life. All right. G. Lee says the reason why women are visiting prisons is because those women are most likely responsible for putting them in there. Another guy. Shout out to you brothers out there. There you go. Genius shit. These ninjas is genius out here. There you go. So that's the second guy that said they probably locked up because of you. So you got to go down there and visit. Somebody said it earlier. Oh, my Lord. Genius shit. That's facts. Facts. All right. Ryder says that Tradition chick is just like all the other BWs. He says they are only loyal to Pookie and or Tyrone. In their world, that's the only man that exists. Pookie and Tyrone. And nerd dudes and lames and goofy ninjas, they don't exist. All right, that is a fact. You guys came in and closed the show with some major facts. It's time for me to skedaddle because it is Tuesday, and you know I gotta go to Dita on the menu. Shout out to the Coach Gang. Hit the like button. We out of here. Peace.